G'day ladies and gents, it's Lego here and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a bit of my base on Fjordur or Forger or however you prefer to call it. I will call it Fjordur. That makes sense to me, but it might as well be the wrong pronunciation. So I've settled here in this area. As you can see, the coordinates is approximately, well, specifically 28.72 and 58.75. And the reason I chose this location is it's quite nice. I've got a view, nice view, and that mountain's right over there. I will go show you a bit later, has oil, and the mountains just behind the waterfall has crystal and metal. So it's quite a good position. And then these natural cliffs ensures that very few carnivores and raptors and things come close to my base and harass my tames. So that was more or less the thinking, and it's also quite a nice open flat area. Obviously I had to clear a bit of trees here, but yeah, that basically did it. So we are running a server. This is a live server. It's not an official server. Obviously it's an unofficial server. It's run by myself and a friend, and we do have Structures Plus mod on here because even though we are allied and we play together with boss fights and things like that, we still prefer to solo. And so the Structures Plus mod just like adds nice capabilities and make things a little bit easier for people that solo if you're not a big tribe. We've adjusted the stacking on the server slightly, and we obviously made the timing and breeding rates a little bit faster. I think it's 3 times timing rate. And yeah, that's just to. We both work full time, so we play at evenings and sometimes over weekends. So just so that we don't have to spend our lives waiting for tames. That's why we did that. Makes more sense for us. But other than that, it's pretty much vanilla. Um, like I said, Structures Plus mod, and I think we have classic flyers as well, so that you can up the flying speed of your flying mounts. Not that I use flying mounts that much anymore. With the Shadow Mains that's came out since Gen 2, I really love Shadow Mains, and I feel that you can basically traverse the map just as good, and in some cases even better on a Shadow Main. But in any case, without further ado, let me quickly show you. So I've got a bit of a metal setup going on here. I'm still playing around with some effects on the roof with the Structures Plus and playing around with various levels of transparency and tint on this windows. Why I did not go full metal yet is I do not like the glare that the metal plates, see, like that, gives if the whole base is like that. So the stone gives a nice natural look, and this is a PvE server, so I don't have to worry about getting raided or things like that. Unless a aggravated dinosaur or Alpha Rex gets here, I'll be pretty much okay. So the idea is to eventually convert the whole base to tech, but that's still a work in progress. As you see, I've installed some tech features already here and there just to make it look nice. My friend's base is actually much better. He's got a much more artistic sense. I do not really know how to make things look pretty. I just make it functional, as you can see, basically a rectangle. But yeah, I'll quickly take you through. So this is all my storage, obviously, and this is the crafting and fabrication area. The Structures Plus mod lets you shrink structures down or up. So this is a smaller version of the um, tech replicator. It's exactly the same as a normal one. It's just physically smaller, and I think it can take a little bit more space, possibly higher inventory. But yeah, I'm I'm considering taking it back to the original size. I quite like the look of the original tech replicator, but this is how it was set up when we brought it in. And then over here we've got a propagator that's also part of the S Plus mod. I will tell you a little bit more about that now. Here I'm making some beer. And as you can see, this part of my base is completely open. It used to be doors, but I've seen that there's almost never animals coming here, so I've just decided for my own ease of use to keep it open. And then obviously the structures plus pipes and wires can be hidden. So there's obviously lots of wires and pipes and everything going around here, but as I will quickly show you here, I do have a generator down there, and I do have up there on the U, you can see there's some water storage. I've got water pipes coming all the way from the lake down there, and but that's all hidden. So and this is obviously my farming area, just a few of each crop. And then also part of Structures Plus is that you have these helpers, so which is also very helpful if you're soloing. So the gardener, oh wait, let's start with the farmer. The farmer will basically take fertilizer out of other inventories and ensure that your crop plots is fertilized. The reason I put them here is because of limited range, so my storages is in there and my farm is there, so this is more or less halfway, and it works nicely with the range. And then the gardener will basically pick all the crops for you and keep it in your inventory. So as you can see, this is about, I guess, about 1 week's farming, but we don't always run the server in the evening. We usually only run it during the day or when we play. And for example, if I did a boss fight, I need my Rexes to rejuvenate and gain health again. I will run the server through the night so that we can save a bit of playing time while they rejuvenate while I'm offline. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot here. As you can see, we've changed the stacking a bit, as I said. And then you also have these tools. So I'm gonna, for example, now use the transfer tool, basic setting, right click on the gardener, and then I'm just gonna go to my storage. I'm playing about 2 months on the server, so as you can see, I've already got more than enough. And I'll just left click here, and then it's all transferred. As you can see, I've also got about 1,080 almost worth of element in element shards. I'll show you in the next video a little bit about nice farming, some nice spots where you can easily farm element shards on the Fjordur map, especially if you have one of those tech striders from Gen 2. This server is linked to Gen 2. We link it to Gen 2, Gen 1, Island, Crystal Isles on and off, but it's usually linked to or clustered with Gen 2. The PC I'm using, the secondary PC I'm using to run the servers does not have enough RAM to run more than 2 servers simultaneously. You need 32 gig of RAM to do that, just out of a matter of interest. But with 16 gig, it's possible to do 2. So whenever we need to, for example, go get tributes on Crystal Isles, we'll just quickly switch off Gen 2, start up Crystal Isles, go get the tributes, sorry, not the tributes, the artifacts, and then we come back and switch it off again and swap back to Gen 2. And then obviously when we want to go do either island bosses, we just start that server, go there, do the bosses, and come back. So yeah, that is the farming part, and then yeah, like I said, if you've got a strider, farming obviously is very easy, but especially if you're soloing. And the text riders obviously can communicate with your dedicated storage map wide. The Structures Plus has a little bit of a different way that it works, which is, to be honest, actually the original is better for me because it automatically sorts, but this one you have to set up. And like some things are not added or updated yet. So like ambergris, I think it's ambergris that you get a lot of sometimes. I have to manually discard that or store it because this dedicated storage interface does not know about ambergris. Let's maybe quickly have a look if they have added. No, there's nothing like that yet. So in certain things, Structures Plus is better in most things, but there is also some items that works worse than the original, but it's okay. The other capabilities that Structures Plus adds definitely outweighs the negatives for me. So yeah, that's more or less the base, and then inside here I just got a bit of a tech sleeping station. The initial idea that was that this would be a stronghold. We decided at a stage to maybe make it PvE from time to time. We decided against it. It's too much hard work and long real life hours to have some guy just come destroy what you've built the last few weeks. So we're just keeping it PvE. And then, yeah, here I've got a terminal that can show me whenever the crab spawned back in one of the caves. This is the aberration cave. And then I also have one where I can check my Rex pit. I will take you there now physically. This is where I basically raise and breed my Rexes, or raise them. And then this is my friend's base over there. And then I think this one is not refreshing at the moment, but this is an area where the nests of the Deinonychus spawn with eggs, so I can quickly check on here before I venture out all the way there. So that's very nice. Then one other thing I want to show you before we wrap up is then the propagator. I do a lot of breeding at the moment to get a boss fight Rex army ready. So this works exactly the same as normal breeding. The only thing is it adds the capability to check. The egg shows you when there is mutations and what the base stats are and where the mutations occurred. So it's much easier to ensure to stack the correct mutations you want with under the correct maternal or paternal. So let me show you. This is a 324 male, and I've got a bunch of base, which in my case was 294 females in here. So I'm looking for a 326 for a mutation. Obviously this has been running for a while. I've got 2, and unfortunately it's only in oxygen, which is no help, and weight, which I don't want. As you can see at the moment from the stats already, I'm stacking health on this one, and then I've got another breeding line where I'm stacking melee, and in the end of the day I bring them together. But yeah, so this unfortunately is not going to be of any help to me. I have to destroy it, stop, start again, and then I'm going to have to leave it for a while again until I get some mutations. But it's still much easier and quicker than having to do it manually all the time. So this is some eggs with already 14 mutations, each on health and melee. As you can see, 79 and 85 base stats here. I've managed to breed out oxygen completely. I don't intend taking these Rexes underwater. So this is going to be my interim army. I've got an army already that's got 10 each from about 2-3 weeks ago that I've raised, which I'm currently using. This is sort of my backup. This is going to be my backup army. And then once I get to the 20 mutations each, then I will have my final army, which if I look at these, sorry for running around like that, if you look at these stats, I'll be able to add another 7 times 4, so that's 14 to each. So I'll basically end up in the end of the day with, what's that, 89, so it's 93 on HP, and it will be 99 on melee, which is great. That will be quite strong Rexes, and I'm sure I'll be able to take out most bosses. I still need to do that Gamma, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma Dragon solo. My one friend managed to solo it with Rexes much weaker than this, but he just had a better strategy than me. So that's sort of on my list for the next few days. I've finally got vacation now, so I want to go tackle that Gamma Dragon solo and see if we can get it done and work my way up to Alpha, because I really want the teleporter, which you can, even though I'm at level 129, I still haven't unlocked, because you need to do that Gamma Dragon to unlock the teleporter. Okay, as you know, with Structure Splash you can pick up stuff, which is, I guess, a bit unfair, but I try not to use it that much. But I want to quickly illustrate something to you. I'll take you to my launch pad up there, or landing pad. I'm just going to pick this up for now. Okay, no, maybe not this one, because it's got stuff in the inventory. Just want to quickly show you, in case you're not aware. It's very, very nice depending on how many of these tech transmitters you have. So, quickly show you. I'm gonna quickly pick 2 of them up, or 3, so that I only have 2. They only become really useful after you have 3 or more. So that's obviously the tech elevator. You just press C or space whether you want to go up or down, but you have to perfectly align it. So the way, just out of interest, the way I did it is I basically installed the platform. I built a column all the way down. I just used stone just to not use too much resources, and then I aligned the bottom one, built a base underneath the bottom one. Let's quickly maybe go down there. I can show you. And then installed the columns, and then I deleted all the other columns so that it doesn't look so bad. So that's how I did it. And by the way, this is the other pen for my little fertilizer guy, and this is for producing Achinta or Achintina paste. I think this guy is done. Yes, I can stop it. Okay, and then the final one I want to tell you about, sorry, before we go up, is this guy, the item collector. So he collects feces, eggs, anything that falls in his range, or that gets produced. So like you can see, this is about 1 week's worth of Achinta paste farming, and it's quite a lot. The polymer, the organic polymer, is not that much, as you can see, not even 100. Like I said, the server did not run all the time, but yeah, it's not a lot. So you can't use this solely for getting organic polymer, but that's what the aberration cave is for, and that crab. Especially if you harvest it with a nice proper chainsaw, then you can actually do a lot, and you can get about 1,200 cementing organic polymer out of it. A very nice thing about the Structures Plus dedicated storages is that it also acts as a fridge. I'm not sure if the vanilla version does that. So yeah, as you can see, in the 2 months I've played, and in that 2 months I only have the Achintinas for about 5 weeks. I've already had about 89,000 of this Achintina paste, and obviously I've bought a lot of stuff. So just try this again from this one. Come on, there we go, to this one. So we're on more than 100k. It will take me a while to use that up. I'm not one for building massive bases that I'm not going to use. I just build the space that I actually need. Okay, let's go up. And I'm going to pick up this guy as well. So if you have only two, oh, the guy's thirsty. Let's quickly go here. There we go. So if you have only two, so my other one is there at the Rex bin, then you can scan dinos. It will give you the level that's on the server, but it won't give you position. So that's if you have two. If you have only one, it won't even give you that. You won't be able to do a dino scan if you don't have at least two. So if we then go to 3, so let's pop this guy back. By the way, the range on the S Plus text generators are much better, so that's why. Just drink some water again. I don't know why I didn't go the previous time. There we go. It's much better, so that's why I don't need an additional generator up here, which I think if it was the vanilla, it would have probably been necessary. So now if I do another downer scan, now it gives me lat and long. So that's very useful if you are either looking for alphas to go kill, to scale up, or to get these rune stones that you need to do the boss fights. Or if you're looking for a specific time, let's say I'm looking for a shadow main, nice high level, I can see the lat and long. Now, if we go one step more, and we add that fourth one, let's put this one back. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna toggle, well, let me quickly show you what the base looks like at night, before I toggle the gamma, just so that you can actually see. So I've got this lighting path here. I still need to do lighting up there at the landing platform. Sure, it's quite nice for me. Like I said, I'm not an architect or anything. This is much more pretty than I would usually build a base. So I must actually go show you some of the other guys that builds here, because they are very, very good and their bases are so pretty. So, sorry, now I came back up here. Let's go down. And yeah, this guy is just to look after my pens, because let's just go eat something quickly. Because I've had twice that raptors come here and harass my poor critters down there, and I've lost some Argentinas to it in the process, so I'm just putting that down there. Okay, let's quickly up this gamma. Let's quickly see. Gamma 4. There we go. Let's quickly put this back. Don't even know this from the Structures Plus mod, but basically you can just touch it and then it will automatically transfer to the dedicated storage as whatever you want to be transferred. Obviously it's got limited range, it's not infinite, but it's quite nice. So now if you do the dino scan, now we get a little picture as well of where it is. See, it gives us this block. So now I know I can go look in that block if you don't want to look up the specific coordinate. But what is also very nice is I just usually go to map and I put this coordinates in there. So if you just go to map and you press P, you can put that in there and make a marker. And then like you can see here, the ATR, that was an Alpha T-Rex that was there. I already made that marker. And if you're done with it, you can just go to it and remove it. You see, I also made markers where all the caves are, which is very nice. So it helps. So that gives you a picture. And now, finally, let's go put this one back. I still need to find better spaces for all these. The idea is to have a transmitter on other areas of the map, but for now I'm just having all of them here. till I have my teleporter, so I can actually teleport there as well. Okay, now if we do a dino scan, let's see, we're looking for not the equus keys or the zebra. Let's have a look. Now it gives you a picture. It shows you where it is. See this little block that moves? It's probably obviously better if it's not night and I don't have gamma set to 4. But now it also shows you the stats. So this is excellent. If you are looking for good Rexes to build your army, you can say, unfortunately there's no level 180s on the map at the moment. But the one that there is, now you can see the stats. So you can start playing. So let's look at this 174. So health is 32, 27 and 17. But they're all 174. So I would obviously then go and try and tame this one because it's got nice health stats. And if we look at melee, 18, 24, 27. So then I'll go tame that one and tame this one. And then I've got, if I combine them, I've got 27 melee and 32 health that I can start using to start breeding. Just as a matter of, example. So that's obviously how I did the first Rex army that I started. So you start with some base Rexes, try to get level 180, isolate the ones that you want, the stats that you want, and try to breed points out of the stats that you don't want. And then you end up with Rexes that are not crazy levels, like in the 400 pluses, because remember, after 450, they might start to despawn. So you almost want to end up at like 350, 360, like I'm doing now, when they are fully mutated, because then you can still add your, I think it's 88 upgrade levels before getting to 350. So I won't even be able to do that. Oh, I mean 450. So I will have to, for example, breed out maybe food as well on these Rexes or something like that. Or maybe adjust the weight a little bit or something to get more stats down. Otherwise I won't be able to upgrade these Rexes to full level without getting to 450. But that's how you do it. And yeah. So finally, let me quickly take you to the Rex pen, or the area where I let my Rexes rest. I'm just going to put gamma on again. So let's go. So this is a nice area. The oil well is just up there, so you can see. There's my oil rig. So this is the area that I used. I just pack all the Rexes out here, and then I let them grow and I let them rejuvenate after boss fights and all things like that. Unfortunately, the transmitters, you can't access boss fights anymore, so that would have been sort of ideal. That's why I put it here. That was sort of the idea behind that. But then I realized, I know you can't do that anymore since several updates ago already. I just didn't know. But it's okay. It still looked nice. So I just decided to keep it here for now until I've got a better spot for it. And yeah, guys, I think I'm going to conclude the base tour here. I don't want to make this video too long. Stay tuned. Please like and subscribe if you like it. Give me some comments if you've got ideas, things I could do better or worse. And yeah, then let me know. And next up, I will go show you how to mine some proper element shards here on this map, and maybe one or two other things as well. The only thing, if you look at my storage, that I haven't figured out 100% yet is the silica pools. I still have to do quite a bit of manual mining for that. I did find a cave, but it's difficult to get a strider in there because you have to go underwater first. It's the same cave as the green gems, as you can see. But yeah, so I will show you. There's also a place where you can get very easy element ore, as you see I did here. It's just a mission to get the ore and the gems back to a node to actually manufacture element. But I'll try again to see if I can streamline that process. But yeah, the rest of my breeding and gathering is going very well. As you can see, you've got more than enough of everything for what I need to do. Just pop this back, and then yeah, so I'll catch you next time, and then I'll show you where to go mine, and then another episode after that I'll show you how to do all three the small bosses on this map. I've done all of them already, but I still need to put the video together and all of that, and edit it a bit. Then I will upload, and maybe improve the fights a little bit as well. And then after that we will do the island bosses, but on Fjordur. The first time I did the Broadmother, I thought I'm gonna win, and I did not. It seems like it's stronger. It seems like the island bosses are stronger on Fjordur than what it is on island. But I may be mistaken. But I will have a look. All I know is that with almost the same Rexes on island, I easily beat the Broadmother, but on this server I was not. I didn't even get it to 75% health, and then my Rexes was gone. So it might be that my Rexes was just not strong enough yet, because they are a bit weaker than what I had on the island. But yeah, I'll let you know. It will be interesting. If I take this new breed of Rexes into that fight, I will now start with Gamma. I won't go Alpha all out again from the start. And then work my way up. You need all 9 tributes in any case, from Alpha, Gamma, and Beta, Dragon, Broadmother, and the Dinopithecus or ape. I just call it the ape. I can't pronounce that other word properly. To be able to do the final Fenrir Sulfur boss fight of Fjordur. So we have to do all 3 in any case. So I'll start with that and work my way up, because I don't want to lose the Rexes that I've taken almost 2 weeks to breed and raise and health up and everything to lose them again. So we'll take it step by step. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one.